"You're not one of us anymore," my father wrote. "Don't show your face here again." I didn't reply. I just closed my end of the escrow, told the trust officer I was withdrawing, and filed the legal separation from our shared assets. By sunrise, my sister texted, "What did you do?" I laughed, a dry, quiet laugh, clean and final. Then my mother's attorney messaged, "We need to talk today," without a second thought. I powered off my phone. It hadn't always been war. There was a time I believed in them, believed blood meant loyalty. That Sunday dinners and laughter echoing through Dad's oak panel dining room actually meant something. I used to think Mom's gentle hands fixing my tie before dinner were a sign of love. Then came the trust, capital T, built from grandfather's estate, land, oil, bonds, and decades of silence. I was made executor, not because they trusted me, but because I was a clean one, no arrests, no affairs, no gambling debts. They wanted a puppet. I gave them a scalpel instead. The first crack came softly, a missing line in a financial report, a suspicious expense under miscellaneous maintenance. I followed the trail. It led straight to a shell company owned by my sister. The same sister who once cried on my shoulder the night her fiancé hit her. I confronted her privately. She cried again, said Dad approved it, said Mom didn't know, said she'd fix it. She didn't. Weeks later, I found another breach. Mom had bought a luxury property in her own name, paid in full through an account only Dad could have opened. That's when I stopped reacting. I started recording. Every email, every whisper, every lie. I mirrored their patterns, locked down my shares quietly, rewrote the trust protocols, and tied their hands with the very strings they used to control me. It took 6 long months of fake smiles, forced brunches, and pretending everything was fine while they robbed me blind. Then I pulled the thread. I started with escrow, our shared holdings, real estate, offshore accounts, joint stock portfolios. I cashed out my portion under a clause I'd added 3 months earlier, protecting me in case of a proven breach of fiduciary trust by 2 or more trustees. They never bothered to read the addendums. They never thought I'd use it. I did, hard. Once the money cleared, I filed the legal separation papers. I had Dad's delivered straight to his office, where his golf trophies sat lined up like a shrine to ego. Mom got hers through her attorney. I didn't address it to her. I let the letter do the talking. The family group chat exploded like a city on fire. I stayed silent. Then came the texts, panic first, anger second, denial third. "What are you doing? You're crazy. You're destroying the family." They had no clue how long I'd been gone in every way that mattered. The last move was surgical. I turned over all the evidence, every forged signature, every shady transfer, every cent of stolen money, to the legal firm representing the cousins my parents had cut out years ago. By morning, the firm had filed injunctions. The trust was frozen. Assets under forensic review. By the time Dad's text hit my phone, the boardroom where he used to roar with authority had gone quiet as a tomb. My sister called 12 times, left voicemails crying, begging. She said I was being dramatic, that I didn't understand how hard Dad had worked. He hadn't worked. He played king. She lied again. I ignored her calls and watched as a house she bought with stolen money got flagged for seizure. The family name that once gleamed on bank walls and gala plaques started to rot in headlines. Legacy family under investigation for trust violations. By noon, their lawyers were calling mine, desperate. I didn't meet any of them except Mom. Her attorney asked me to come downtown. The conference room had glass walls, rain tapping like a clock counting down. Mom sat across from me in gray silk, lips trembling under forced calm. "You don't have to do this," she said quietly. I just watched her. This was the same woman who told me when I was 15, bleeding from a fight I didn't start, "Don't embarrass us. Handle your mess quietly." I had. Now it was hers. "Do what?" I asked. She didn't answer, just stared at the folders her lawyer had prepared. Settlement offers. Mediation requests. Silence filled the room. I stood, straightened my coat, and said, "Tell Dad next time he writes me out of the family, he better be ready to make it permanent." She flinched. I walked out. That night, the trust officer sent the final confirmation. I was free, legally, financially, and finally. No liability, no claims. No blood ties left to pull me back. I walked along the beach behind my condo. The tide was high, the wind cold, the air clean. My phone buzzed again, a message from my cousin. "Thank you. We never thought anyone would stand up to them." I didn't reply. Some debts aren't repaid with gratitude, they're repaid with fire. In the end, my parents tried to spin the story. Said I'd overreacted. Said I'd broken the family. Said I was unstable. The public records speak louder than family whispers. I never had to raise my voice, just my standards. "You're not one of us anymore," Dad had written. He was right. I'm not. I'm the one who got out clean.